We will see Andrew Stoddard and the young Nico Perry, who has yet to live up to his vast potential. Jack Kermian returns to the Thunder lineup, as does Scotty Knight, who both turned in solid performances last season. Tommy Tucker and rookie Burton Tuttle have joined the squad. They're only running with 8 players this event, and everyone on the roster is hungry to prove Seattle Thunder deserves a place with the best teams in the game. The Toulouse TonTons, one of Europe's most successful teams, are bringing their unique brand of paintball to the PSP for the 2013 season. They've been turning heads for years on the European scene and are now prepared to make a run at the best teams in the world. The TonTons have been around for over 10 years, but only recently have they built themselves into the dynamic powerhouse that we will see this season. Axel Godin is by far their best player, as he proved himself very capable as the first attacker on the Snake side while playing for Moscow Red Legion in his rookie season last year. But they also picked up former pro players Heyman Chapman and Steven Lasher, who have been tearing it up for T1 Top Gun Union. The TonTons are known for their aggressive coordinated attacks. 2013 will be a big test for the best team ever to come out of France.
Are you ready to be a national champion? Don't miss the NCPA High School National Championships this April and your chance to be televised on CBS Sports Network. Any eligible team can enter to compete at the national championships, but the NCPA is also hosting 7 regional championship events nationwide. Win regionals, and the NCPA will pay your entry, paint, and travel expenses to the nationals. All the information you need is at highschoolpaintball.com, but we also asked one of last year's teams to explain how to make it happen.
So talk to me about how would somebody go about, like, let's say somebody wants to be you. They're like, hey, I play paintball, I go to high school, I want to go to Florida and do it. Like, how does this actually work?
Well, we found it on the internet by accident one day, and it's really easy. This league makes it so easy for us high school students. You just get 3 people from your high school, you guys go out and play at the local or regional events. And it's just really easy. Laid-back tournaments, people aren't too intense about it, but it's still really competitive and fun.
Yeah, so that's the whole point, fun, right? So if you play paintball, you're in high school, give it a shot.
Don't miss the NCPA National Championships April 19th through the 21st at Central Florida Paintball in Lakeland, Florida. Sign up now at ncapaintball.com.
I wanted the gun that would cover everything. I want to be able to hold off 30, 40, 50 guys coming at me. I want to be able to crawl up and take snipe shots on guys.
Anything you really want in a scenario gun, it has it.
It's just a nasty, nasty tactical gun.
Seattle Thunder made it to Sunday's quarterfinals in their first pro PSP event last year, but stumbled at the rest of the events, plagued by penalties and underperformance. Team captain and longtime veteran Corey Field refuses to let this happen to his team in 2013 and is running with the hardest crew that he can find. On the D side, we will see Andrew Stoddard and the young Nico Perry, who has yet to live up to his vast potential. Jack Kermian returns to the Thunder lineup, as does Scotty Knight, who both turned in solid performances last season. Tommy Tucker and rookie Burton Tuttle have joined the squad. They're only running with 8 players this event, and everyone on the roster is hungry to prove Seattle Thunder deserves a place with the best teams in the game. The Toulouse TonTons, one of Europe's most successful teams, are bringing their unique brand of paintball to the PSP for the 2013 season. They've been turning heads for years on the European scene and are now prepared to make a run at the best teams in the world. The TonTons have been around for over 10 years, but only recently have they built themselves into the dynamic powerhouse that we will see this season. Axel Godin is by far their best player, as he proved himself very capable as the first attacker on the Snake side while playing for Moscow Red Legion in his rookie season last year. But they also picked up former pro players Heyman Chapman and Steven Lasher, who have been tearing it up for T1 Top Gun Union. The TonTons are known for their aggressive coordinated attacks. 2013 will be a big test for the best team ever to come out of France.
All right, we're back here, afternoon competition. The Ironmen are getting warmed up, doing calisthenics, getting ready for their game against the 187 crew. And I didn't know that there was a C-Walk warm-up drill that you could actually do.
Well, this is the LA Ironman we're talking about right here. You know what I mean? In LA, they keep it gangster, you know, a little crip walk.
Is that Marcelo? Who is that?
Hey, that's Damien.
No, Damien.
And Damien, little known fact about Damien is he actually is he's a premier soccer player.
Really?
Yeah,
didn't know that?
Justin is actually a pro hopscotcher.
No, Damien, he's really good at soccer. I'm not sure exactly of his level, but I know he's up there and he's pretty good. That's why he's in such good athleticism.
Yeah, Damien's he's best man.
Yeah, Damien had a college scholarship to play soccer.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he played. It's funny. I always joke with him. He played soccer with Pat Angerer. He's the middle linebacker for the Colts. He was on. He went to high school with Damien Ryan.
Amazing.
Played soccer together.
Something in the water.
Pat Angerer.
Called beer.
killing it for the Colts.
Wow.
So we got a great afternoon coming at you. Thunder and TonTons up first. This is the TonTons' third PSP Pro match, and Thunder only had 4 wins last year. So, you know, they're gonna have to dig deep here, man, and really let everyone know what they're gonna bring this year, because, you know, this is a big tournament for everybody and kind of setting the stage for the rest of the season. And after this game, we got the Ironmen going to be taking on 187 crew, and then Infamous and TonTons, 187 crew Thunder after that. And to close the day out, SoCal grudge match versus Los Angeles Infamous and LA Ironmen. All right, here we go. Off the breakout, big move by Seattle Thunder, and it looked like they were able to get into their Dorito clean, but he might have got clipped in his feet. Oh, but they lose Corey Field over here. Field having a rough tournament right now.
Yeah, he is. He's having a tough time getting to that spot right there and living at the same time. I'm not sure exactly what the problem is, but hopefully we can get maybe a side interview and ask him a little bit later.
Well, I mean, his team, they lost their 2 matches yesterday, 7-1 against Infamous. and 7-1 against the Ironmen. I mean, two really good teams. They also got a ton of penalties, so not a whole lot of people playing so great right now for Seattle Thunder, and they're looking to change that as Tommy Tucker gets into the Snake 2 down here with only one TonTon in front of him. It's a 3-on-2 right now. Crimian, Tucker, and Knight alive for Seattle Thunder, and just Frank Shaboom and Samuelson left alive for the TonTons.
Yeah, and Tucker needs to produce here in the Snake. And you're looking at the Dorito side for Thunder. Tucker in the Snake, though, and he's in the best field position for Seattle.
Yeah, man, Shaboom takes the initiative and runs down and bunkers Tommy Tucker out of the Snake and spins on Shaboom as he came by. So Seattle Thunder gonna get another red flag. Somebody's got to get pulled.
And Scotty Knight, seeing the ref coming in, was like, well, I'm just going to run this guy down.
Well, you know, with that said, I was just going to say, didn't Seattle Thunder start off with 2 major penalties last game?
Yeah, it was terrible. They started off with another one right here, and then Tommy Tucker, I mean, haven't been in this league long, but you got to run. If you get a major penalty, you run to that box, because he wasted a good 10 seconds walking over to that box as the game was playing out. Time does not start until you're actually physically in the box. So Seattle Thunder already shooting themselves in the foot one time, that major penalty going down with the game that they were kind of in control of. So, I mean, TonTons, look at the shot on the field right there, all that paint. That's that new dye CG paint. I actually got to shoot that stuff when I played a tournament in Australia with Mike Paxson and Davey Williamson. That stuff is amazing. I mean, I have shot some really good paint. I've shot a lot of paint in my life. You know, the Banana Ball from Dynasty, some of the Ultra Evils from Empire. That dye CG paint is something else. And, I mean, you can see CEP shooting it. They're lacing people up. TonTons lacing people on the break. Damage is shooting it. Ironman shooting it. All teams are playing pretty good. So we'll be right back after these messages. We'll see you back here.
So we are back here. Seattle Thunder taking on the TonTons. You're looking at Thunder. Right now, this game is brought to you by Extreme Pros, Garden Grove in Los Angeles. Man, what a great shop. Steve runs there at Extreme Pros. If you're in the LA area, got to get out there. Check out the deals he's got going on. Big supporter of the sport in Los Angeles. All right, let's listen in. Lauren, what do you got for us?
With Burton Tuttle. Burton, now that you guys have a guy in the box, what's your strategy so they don't get the advantage?
First and foremost, we got to kill this off. We gotta have big guns, hold them off for that 2 minutes so we can get that fifth guy, get that body back, and continue to push.
All right. So what's your main strategy going into this match?
This match is we can't sit like we did yesterday. We got to be the aggressor. We got to push. We got to take it to them.
All right. That's all I have now. Back to you, Maddie.
Yeah, they need to burn this penalty off. Very true. And absolutely play the aggressor. Thunder needs to be getting into this. You can't play off your heels in this league.
Axel Godin tries to make a move into that 50 Dorito, and he gets shot in the arm as he dives in. Up 1-0 right now. Colombo in Snake 2.
Yeah, both teams with 4 bodies on the field. As Nico Perry, Scott Knight, Corey Field, and Jack Crimian are out there for Thunder. And Heyman Chapman getting a spin for the TonTons, and I think that's going to be a big pickup for him, for them eventually. He's playing that stand-up can right there, a right-hand portion of your screen, Heyman Chapman.
And both Colombo and Vulu get shot at the same time off the Snake side. Going to open up the door for Corey Field.
Corey Field looking fast. That's the fastest Corey Field's looked in years, man. He's a long-time vet. Corey Field is just chopping people up right now. I think he blocking out. Heyman Chapman might have got one on his shoulder. Heyman not wanting to play the gray right now is last thing that France needs, or the TonTons need, is a penalty, but it's going to be too much Thunder for the TonTons right there.
Too much. So going up, or evening it up right now.
Yeah, and even on that penalty, there's still 35 seconds on that Tucker penalty, Tommy Tucker. And we have going to be back here after this commercial break. See you in a second.
The beautiful weather continues to grace us with its presence. Thank God. The last event, or the first event last year, was just terrible, and we're definitely getting some good weather here. Dallas, Texas, for the first event of the PSP season. Matty Marshall, Todd Martinez, and Chris Lasoya, and we're looking at the pits right here for the TonTons. Best team out of France ever, and picked up Stephen Lasher right there, and also Heyman Chapman, both guys that have played professionally before with Infamous and the Russians. Infamous for Slasher, and Heyman Chapman came out of the trauma camp at Old School, legendary world champion paintball team, and they out of North Carolina. So Heyman Chapman been around for a long time. Past couple seasons, Heyman Chapman's been playing for T1 Top Gun Union. We've seen him on the webcast. He had an amazing World Cup, and now making the move back up to the professional division, where I honestly should have thought that's where he should have been the whole time. So
yeah, well, we got to watch a lot of those T1 Top Gun Union games last year as they made the finals on the webcast and played on our main field, and you know, we really saw Heyman Chapman play really well for them, so I'm sure he's really excited to get back out here in the pro division.
And I like this breakout right here by San Diego Thunder. You know, they got a G on the break right now, shooting the snake side out for TonTons. And all 4 people alive, grinding that down right now. 20 seconds left. Here comes Exo Goldan on that top side of your screen, coming down the Doritos.
Colombo gets shot out for the TonTons. He's walking off the field right now, and in 10 seconds.
Well, look at this though, Todd. No one on the snake side. This is the closest player right here for Thunder. Now he's making his move over there, number 23, Corey Field. And now Corey Field, man, he's like pretty much the one over here on this side of the field. Made that quick bump, but lost his back player. So Corey Field isolated on an island by himself, trying to shoot cross field on that Dorito side. And no one's looking snake side right now. Look at all these guns. All these guns are all Dorito side right now. No one is looking towards the snake.
Actually, Manny, they do have the corner over here looking down the wire. So Corey Field's back's actually kind of protected right now. The Seattle Thunder does have one person in this backside corner in the can, but he's getting pinched out right now, so it's kind of hard for him to see.
Yeah, now on the flip side, it's going to be, I was going to say, movement needs to start getting made over here on the snake. It gets taken out. Heyman Chapman flies over. You know, nice move by Heyman Chapman to come across and then pick up that snake line to try to keep Corey Field from pushing up. But coming out of the back corner is Scotty Knight. So Scott Knight is now in there to put pressure on that Dorito side.
And also Axel Goldan on the star side of the field on the 50 Dorito getting taken out. Now in the driver's seat is Seattle Thunder.
Seattle Thunder. Ooh, Scotty Knight took one to the goggles, and he is going to walk off the field. Good job right there.
Oh, Heyman Chapman.
Samuelson.
Heyman Chapman right there in the middle of the screen taking the walk, and also another player from Seattle Thunder. So it looks like it's a one-on-one right now, Todd.
Yeah, that's Samuelson over there.
Well, let's see if Corey Field can pull off some of his last-minute heroics, as he's been so well known for over the years, playing Carl Johan Samuelson, and we haven't seen him. So he has 3 confirmed kills so far this match. So one of the higher killers for TonTons right now. Let's see if Field can pull this one-on-one off against Samuelson. It's tied up. This is a huge point. Thunder needs a big game here.
Oh, that was a great
shot. Might have got one in on there. No, Samuelson still alive. Thunder up over the top. That's a smart play right there.
Those Doritos are really hard to play one-on-ones out of because the tip is so tiny that, I mean, sometimes you get clips in the goggles because you don't realize your goggles are sticking out just a little bit too far.
Yeah, and also Field, you know, you don't have to kill the guy. You can just run up there, block him out, grab the flag, and then back out of there. And then try to use the snake bunkers to move towards that flag hang. It's kind of tiered up and geared for that here in this particular field layout.
You know, you talk about blocking people out, and where that term comes from is back in the day in the woods, where you would use big giant trees to block yourself out to be able to run really far through the woods. A lot of big trees up there in the Northwest. Corey Field been around for a long time. He understands how to use these bunkers really well. It's why he is such a good one-on-one player. Never loses sight of where the opponent is. He's good at gun battling and using the whole field to block himself out from his opponent and create shots for himself.
You know, and right there, you see him methodical, just kind of chilling out at that spot. Now, what does he need to do right here, Matty? Do you think he just kind of rolls it out? Well,
I was going to say, what he needs to, you know, in a one-on-one situation, you want to have the other player lose you. You want to make a move and make it so that the other player doesn't know where you are, and you can sneak that shot in what you don't want to do is stay in the same bunker and just gunfight, because in a one-on-one, when you're just actively just gunfighting, just snap shooting with another guy, there's not an advantage there. You know, the best snap shooter in the world or in this division isn't going to have that much of an advantage over maybe the worst snap shooter, because they're so close on that level. But you use movement in order to create an advantage in a one-on-one. Like you're saying, have that other guy lose track of you, and you don't ever want to lose track of the other player. And that's why you want to back up. Like, you know, Samuelson is playing super tight on that bunker as if there's another 3 guys he has to contend with. He only has 1 player, and that bunker just serves to block you from the paintballs. And if you back up off that bunker a little bit, what you can do is then be able to go back and forth real quick and never lose sight. But if you're up in the bunker, it closes off your vision, kind of like blinders in a horse race.
Now, in this situation, now just look at this flag by his foot right there.
Yeah, he gotta grab that flag.
I would just grab the flag, you know, put it in my mouth or whatever, and then just kind of tiptoe back and make your way to their flag station. He's on the other side of the field.
The one tough thing about grabbing the flag, yeah, I was gonna say to put it in your mouth, because if you have the flag in your hand, it's really hard to switch hands back and forth. And if you're not switching hands, and look at this, Samuelson making a name for himself, shooting out the legend Corey Field, and that's gonna give him 4 confirmed kills in just a couple points out here. So, wow, here come the TonTons.
And you see, I don't agree with that Corey Field move right there. Flag's right by my foot. I grab the flag, put it in my mouth, back up, and just kind of slowly make my way to their flag station. There's so much stuff in the way, you can almost back up without him even knowing you're backing up. By the time he realizes he's by his flag station, you already hung the flag.
Well, that's kind of, to Maddie's point, that's exactly what he's talking about. If he's so tucked up against that bunker, it's going to be hard to have a wider field of vision. If he backs up off of it a little bit, he could see you backing up.
Right.
He could see you with that flag backing up off it, because he has a wider field of vision.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Now, when you're in that one-on-one situation, even though Samuelson was able to pull it off, but you notice he was really far up on that bunker. But what that does is that when you get really far up on that bunker and you're coming out the right side or the left side, you can't see. But if you back up off, because that's all it's there for, the bunker's there to put you in between you and that other spot. Let's look at this replay, and they're finally getting that kill. But you'll see the best one-on-one players in the world, the most seasoned guys that spend a lot of time in those situations, they will do that. You see how close he is up on that bunker. He did get the kill though, as the movement of field, he ended up getting caught there. But so I'm not taking anything away from him. But you guys know what I'm saying. We've been in those situations a lot. When you back up off that bunker, if the guy makes a move, because that's the biggest thing. You never want to lose the player. You want him to lose you.
Right. Absolutely. And like you said, you definitely said the best, Matty, about backing up and using those blind shots like we did, with the trees. But at the end of the day, it's all about points. It's not about winning the one-on-one. So and if you're on their side of the field, the flag's right next to your feet. At least grab it. I think I might have. Well, I can't really say. I'd probably be dead by then anyway. But but if I was in that situation, I think I might have did a little different than Corey Field did.
So score now 2-1. 11 minutes and 52 seconds remain.
And Seattle Thunder doing a good job of attacking this snake side of the field, using it to their advantage, and getting kills out of it. Right now on the breakout, here they come again, up the middle of the field. Both teams, TonTons jump into the Losoya Tower immediately, but not really committing to either side. Really just trying to preserve his own life right now, but the TonTons lose their first snake guy, Steven Lasher. Out of that first temple, Axel Gaudin comes up out of the Dorito 1 on into the Dorito 2. Seattle Thunder locked in right now in the big can on the Dorito side, both snake temples. Jumps into the third Dorito and gets annihilated.
That was Axel Gaudin shooting down the wire. I mean, his friend was about to get a back massage, as we talked about. But luckily enough, he stayed alive and is doing some work.
Yeah, Tuttle got roped up right there in the middle right now, number 7. Frank Shaboom still trying to figure out where he wants to go with this move. Shooting towards the snake side of the field right now. You see him at the bottom of your screen filling out to the back corner. That's number 25, Luis Boulou.
Yeah, so we're on the D side cam right now, the very back of that angle. Look at that ladder of a snake, man. Ladder of a Dorito side. There are so many D side bunkers to work with over there, which is why we've seen some of the best players out there really storming down that side of the field, because there are a lot of options. You can just put a guy in and get up to that next spot. Of course, you got to look at those crossfield shots, but those gaps are pretty small.
Yeah, of all the players that we've seen play that Dorito side so far this event, who do you guys think is playing that side the best?
You know who played it really good recently? Kirill Peridny. He was playing really good over there.
Ryan Moorhead.
Yeah, Ryan Moorhead.
Marcelo Margot.
Marcelo Margot. There's a lot of guys that have been putting in work over there. I'd definitely say Ryan Moorhead for sure.
Yeah, he's my #1 pick right now for that side of the field, actually. He's been playing hard. Greg Sewer's been having a rough go at it over there, but I think he has as much potential as everybody. Oh, and I see a yellow flag in the air over there.
And that was Axel from the TonTons, who played last season on Moscow Red Legion, now coming to help out his home country's best team.
Vulu gets shot. Number 25. That's going to do it.
I'm not sure. I think he might have got pulled on that. I think he might have gotten pulled on that minor by Axel Godin. Or I'm not really sure, to be honest with you. I think at the end of the day, that Axel Godin penalty kind of what cost them that point right there. You know, it's going to be a 2-2 game tied up here with 9:27 left.
Yeah, so tons of time. We've seen a lot of long points, though, and we're going to be right back after this. Follow Paintball Access on Instagram at Paintball Access. Behind the scenes photos and all sorts of other little photog tidbits. Also follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook and help us spread the word, man. It's really important. You know, people don't care about anything until they're made to care, and you know, if you let people know about the interesting things that are happening with these teams and these players and in the paintball world, it's a lot easier for people to understand how interestingly intense this competition is, but we need everyone in the fight. So help us become a soldier in the paintball war of getting it out to the masses. Here we go. 2-2, all tied up. TonTons and Seattle Thunder, 9:27 on the clock.
You know, nice move, nice little breakout by the TonTons right there. Seattle Thunder also looking to come up the middle.
And Tucker got bounced coming down to the snake corner over here. He's lucky to be alive. TonTons made it down, mirrored up right now on the snake side in that second temple and the snake side corner.
And you see Axel Godin on the top side, the middle side of your screen at that Dorito 2 right there, trying to make something happen. He's been pretty effective getting up in that 50 Dorito, but not so much this game.
TonTons heavy on the snake side now. Axel Godin over there in the Dorito 2 for the TonTons. He's got one body in that stand-up can helping him. Seattle Thunder, they still have all 5 bodies alive as well. Corey Field in the middle of the field in the mini race bunker.
You know, we're seeing some slow points out here.
Yeah,
these teams are really feeling each other out, but you can really see a difference though. You know, we're watching Damage out there and really knowing their lanes and knowing those shots, and depending on what's in front of them, you know, it really able to do that.
Tucker got shot out of that snake side corner and he ran off. Frank Shaboom gets shot for the TonTons. Number 21, Brandon Tuttle, he gets shot for Thunder. He's walking off right now. 3 bodies still left alive, Crimean Field and Olsvik.
You're looking at Colombo on your screen for the TonTons, number 1, and he is there looking in shots across field.
That's Olsvik and Field on your screen right now. Olsvik in that mini race bunker behind the snake. Corey Field in the mini race bunker in the middle of the field across from the snake. Both worried about the Dorito side of the field, but Fabrice Colombo is in snake 2 at any moment. You know, he could look to make a move down the field.
And Crimean and Field both are putting in some work though for Thunder, even though Field lost that 1-on-1. He still has 6 confirmed kills in this match. Jack Crimean 4.
Jack Crimean just shot Axel Godin. He's walking off the field right now, but Crimean gets shot as well.
You know,
So
Colombo on your screen right there. He's looking to come down the snake a little bit and kind of back massage Corey Field in the center right there, but being held up one time by the guy right in front of you.
And into the 50, Dorito. TonTons taking advantage of the lack of bodies on that side of the field for Seattle Thunder. 7 minutes left to go in this game. Time ticking away.
Really slow points out here.
Yeah, like you said, I was just going to say that, Matty, too. It's, you know, look, there's still people in the back spots. I mean, that's the guy number 88 right there in Seattle Thunder holding up.
Here comes Colombo, and he comes up and blows Fields back apart. Awesome job, Colombo number 1. Handling it over here on the snake side of the field, and that's going to do it for Seattle Thunder this point. So TonTons win the close ones, and you know you got to win the close points if you want to win the games. And they're doing a great job of that point right there. So nice job by Colombo to make moves.
That was a long drawn-out point right there, Maddie. And I think that, do you think that Seattle Thunder is trying to slow them down a little bit because they're such an aggressive play?
Well, I would say so. You know, but Thunder, just from what I've seen, I would say that the TonTons are a more aggressive team than Thunder. So, yeah, you want to slow that aggression down, but you got to win those close points. Thunder not able to do it. They go down 1. We'll be right back.
Gear.com has the world's largest inventory of paintball equipment, including guns, masks, loaders, paintballs, tanks, and clothing. With free shipping on all orders over $100. Shop now at ansgear.com.
And we are back. 1 point separates these two evenly matched teams, the TonTons and Seattle Thunder, throwing down here. 6 minutes and 24 seconds remain in this game. And so far, Field and Crimian doing some work for Thunder, but Field losing that crucial one-on-one. That's the difference right now in this. You're looking in Thunder's pits. There's Matt Olsvik. This game brought to you by Extreme Pros, Garden Grove, California. You're in the area, check it out.
Again, I'm telling you, I've been to that store. He has a play day where he brings everybody out, like 90 to 100 people, and cooks food. And it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun going out there and playing that. So if you get a chance, look them up. I'm telling you, it's a good time. I go out there every now and then.
And yeah, we're going to be back in just a few moments. Don't go anywhere. And we're back here. Very close matchup here. Timeout was called, and looking at the referees, best reffing crew in the world, and had their hands full out there this weekend. Well, it started off clean, man. It wasn't that bad, and then just chaos ensued, and this paintball tournament for you.
Hands full of red flags.
I was just gonna say their hands aren't full because there's nothing in them because they're throwing the flags.
It's more, instead of they got their hands full, it's more like they got their hands empty this weekend.
Right, no kidding. And I guarantee when they get home, their lats and their arms, everything can be so sore from throwing. You see some of these refs, man. They throw this with authority, man. It's like they're throwing it to the moon or something. It's awesome.
So here we go, slowly getting a start here on this next point. 30 seconds to go. And we've seen a pretty slow game. You know, we really haven't seen too many dramatic moves. We've seen some tense moments, but I still think that these teams are kind of getting their feet underneath them. They haven't really found the moves yet. You know, at least like some of the teams that we've seen as far as like Heat, Damage is looking amazing. Dynasty's looking great. We're going to see Dynasty play, we're going to see the Ironman look amazing. Infamous is 2-0 as well.
Well, we saw TonTons play the Ironmen yesterday morning, and TonTons looked really crisp and sharp and aggressive. And we're not seeing that same sort of style of play today. But, I mean, they're winning this game right now. So,
well, you look at Seattle Thunder right now on your screen, trying to shoot across the field and making the move down the Doritos. That's a great D-side camera all the way to the 50. Colombo showing his versatility by switching sides of the field, Matty.
Yeah, that's great. If you can have guys that can go from one side to the other, it really makes it tough to scout these teams. And, you know, most of these top teams have got their guys out there watching and judging, just taking their microscopes out to seeing what sort of moves are going to be made, and to have Colombo be able to play both sides is huge. Now you're looking at Scotty Knight for Seattle Thunder trying to shoot cross field on Colombo.
You know, and you can see right there, Cremian getting checked out by the ref. You know, he's clean, trying to shut down the Dorito side of the field, but on the flip side, here's the TonTons trying to get something going over here on the Snake side. There he goes all the way to Snake 2, and following up, going head-to-head with Knight.
Yeah, so Knight's in there, still just focused on shooting towards that Doritos side of the field. And on the flip side, there's, I think that's Shaboom, who's in there for the TonTons. And you notice these guys, it's a close game, so the TonTons are winning. TonTons don't necessarily have to do anything. If 4 minutes and 50 seconds ticks off the clock, the TonTons are going to take this victory against Seattle Thunder.
And I think that they're one of those teams you can see that they're content. They got the spots. You know, they're in the 50 Dorito, they're in the Snake 1. They could just sit there, kind of cross up and not really, you know, contain these guys for a minute.
Yeah, well, TonTons, I mean, that 50 Dorito is such a killer spot. You know, Tommy Tucker just backed up as he dove into the Snake with Scott Knight. He backed up out of there into the mini race, and now he backed up again into the second temple.
There goes Heyman Chapman.
Yeah, Heyman Chapman just got clipped there, right-hand portion of your screen for the TonTons. And Heyman Chapman, he has 2 confirmed kills, but the guy doing most of the work for the TonTons is Samuelson. 7 confirmed kills for him, and he's winning over, you know, he also has the highest win rating of everybody on that team right now. It's .63, so a little over half the time he's winning the points.
Yeah, that's probably him in the 50 Dorito over there. I think he just shot Tommy Tucker. Now Frank Shaboom shot him. So Tommy Tucker walks off the field, leaving Scott Knight over here by himself. And number 7, Frank Shaboom, ready to drop the hammer. Oh, and they blow the horn.
And you can see right there, the ref went up and actually pulled out the TonTon player, and this is why. You can't, if the bunker is up against the Snake like that, you can't cut it like that. You can't go between.
You can't move the bunker out of the way
to get
from
through.
its position and then move through the opening that you created by moving the bunker.
Exactly, and by doing that, you're going to be eliminated. So let's say theoretically they didn't blow the horn. That guy would have been eliminated, leaving the Snake wide open over here for Seattle Thunder.
Yeah.
So just to kind of clarify that, you know, you can't physically move the bunker out of the way to kind of squeeze through. You can jump around it, but just as long as you don't move it, I think you're fine.
Yeah, and so this game slowly drawing to its conclusion. The score is 4-0 in favor of the TonTons, who are looking to get a win here against Seattle Thunder. Next up after this game, we have the Ironmen taking on 187 crew. Can't wait to see that one, and we're going to be right back.
While you are sitting at home, Legacy Texas, Storm, Boom, and Houston Heat are here in Dallas, wearing Raza.
And here we are in the Tauntaun pits as they're getting ready to go. It's great to see them come over and play in the PSP Pro League right here. You know, they've been really building up their their program for a while now, and taking their talents to the best league in the world to try to prove that they're one of the best teams in the world.
And having a really good showing here. You know, some of these teams, their first event in this league can be kind of rough, but TonTons, they came out, had a tough game against the Ironmen, but still looked really good. And then they beat up Crew 7-3, and here they are right now with the lead against Seattle Thunder with 3.5 left to go, up 4-2.
You know, Seattle Thunder losing one. Also, there goes Colombo on the side. Both people in the mirrors taking out each other on the break. I'm not sure if that would happen, but either way, the same players come out of the field. on your screen right now.
I think that was Colombo first.
Yeah.
No, Colombo definitely took the first walk.
Well, no, there was somebody on the TonTons that had a really creative way to get out of that back corner bunker.
That was Slasher.
Oh, okay,
Steven
Slasher. And now Slasher taking a huge bite. He's able to make it in there clean. It looks like he is, so nice job by Steven Lasher over here.
And see, that's what I'm talking about. I don't like people stopping at snake 2 and 3. I like them getting all the way down the field and going to work, like Mouse, like Alex Goldman does. And
like Steven Lasher's doing
like
right
Steven
now.
Lasher's going to work, just getting mean with it.
Well, the thing is that, Slasher is just tearing it up right now.
And that's what I'm talking about. By sitting back in the bunkers, you're getting those bounce shots. You're going to get bounced out, or, I've seen it happen so many times. I like, the Alex Goldmans, the Steven Lashers getting down the snake.
Let's look at the Thunder Pits right now as they just continue to struggle here. And so, really nice job by Steven Lasher just tearing it up.
Yeah, Steven Lasher, he must have been hungry before that point because he came out stat stuff and he shot all those dudes in the back as he came down the sidelines over here on the snake.
Yeah, but after these messages from our sponsors, we'll come back and talk a little more about the snake on this side.
Next season on the roster.
We're looking for a guy that's on our heels every weekend.
My name is Wesley Ward. I'm 23. I'm from Macon, Georgia.
Scott Kemp, age 26, born and raised in Los Angeles, California.
Attitude thing, man, it's one of those things. Some people like it, some don't.
ANSgear.com has the world's largest inventory of paintball equipment, including guns, masks, loaders, paintballs, tanks, and clothing. With free shipping on all orders over $100. Shop now at ANSgear.com.
How you doing? This is Ryan Moorhead with Impact. What makes the Virtue Spire the best loader in paintball? Well, you can say goodbye to breaking paint in the loader. The paddle on the Spire is flexible, making it possible to feed the most fragile paint on the market. Find out more at virtuespire.com.
And we are back. Here the score, 5-2, 2 minutes and 49 seconds to go as we're starting to trudge on into the afternoon's competition. Next up, we have the Los Angeles Ironmen going to be taking on 187 Crew, and the Ironmen won 2 matches last year, and Crew won 7-2 as well. So that's going to be a good game.
Now, here's what I was talking about. You see how Snake 1 and Snake 2 right here, Matty? These 1 and 2, when you come around there's so many little bounce shots in there. We see a lot of guys getting clipped out, going around Snake 2 to Snake 3 and so on forth.
And Chris, in case people don't know how we number the snake, it's pretty simple. It's pretty simple. The first notch in the snake is that first spot in there, and then it's just linear all the way down.
Looking good on both sides of the field. Oh, Colombo taking the walk for the TonTons, going into Dorito 2. Unfortunately, you see them lined up around the back. It's all 4 players right for the TonTons in the standard positions, Matty.
Yeah. Well, what does Thunder have? That's the question right here. Can they come out here and start trudging forward and trying to get some kills.
Well, they have one less body now because one guy takes a walk in the back center. Here comes Corey Field getting to his little lockdown spot, but looking the opposite way he usually does.
And the two TonTons over here on the snake side both got their guns up, trying to keep Seattle Thunder from getting in the snake. Same with Corey Field. He's in that mini race bunker you see right in the middle of your screen. He's trying to lock off the snake side of the field, keep the TonTons out of the snake. They just got hurt really bad by Steven Lasher getting in there and coming all the way down. Referee gives a check. Everything is all good, but on top of your loader, Louis Foulou taking one, walking out for the TonTons. Number 19, Jack Crimian. Samuelson again gets another kill. Shoots Jack Crimian out. We have Lauren Kelly down on the sidelines right now with Seattle.
I'm here in the Thunder pit with Andrew Stoddard. Andrew, what's going on out there? You guys are getting to the last, but these are super close points, and the Dorito side doesn't seem to be surviving.
I think we learned a lot from yesterday. We started off this match going right with our game plans. We were doing pretty good, and then we started dropping them. A couple people not doing their job like they should have been. We're trying to pick it back up. The timeouts kind of helped us. I think we'll regroup and we'll get this match on our side.
All right, what's the strategy in these last few minutes?
We're going to have to go hard at them. We're going to have to get down this field and shoot the crap out of them to get these last few points.
All right, thank you so much. We'll have to see if they pull this one out. Back to you, Maddie.
Yeah, so we're seeing the eye in the sky start shaking a little bit. The wind is really picking up this afternoon, and time ticking off the clock, under a minute to go here, and Thunder just not going to have enough time. We're just seeing really slow points, and you know, I'm seeing these slow points, and that tells me that these two teams just haven't mastered this field yet, because all the teams that have mastered the field are playing it really fast. This is a fast field, and the fact that there's only been 7 points total scored out here in this entire matchup, you know, I don't know if it's a walking the field issue or a scouting issue, or you know, these guys not trying to make the moves that are given to them, but still have to give it to the TonTons, man. They played well enough to take down Seattle Thunder, and a couple standouts on that team, Steven Lasher and Carl Johan Samuelson, who got 8 confirmed kills out there, and won that crucial one-on-one, Todd, that I think really kind of sealed the deal, because that's where all the momentum started going over to the TonTons, and Thunder was just never able to get it back.
No, not at all. I mean, and TonTons, you know, got to give them their credit. They came out and played a really good game against the Ironman, weren't able to pull it out, but now have beaten Crew 7-3, and they take down Seattle Thunder 5-2. So at 2-1, TonTons have a shot, but they do play LA Infamous next. So that's going to be a really exciting game after the Ironman Crew game. Infamous taking on the TonTons. Infamous, their last game is the last game of the day against the Ironmen. So the only other game we have in this afternoon session is Thunder taking on Crew. And if Crew can't get a win here against the Ironmen, then they're pretty much done as well. And it's going to be a playoff with Crew. And, I mean, Thunder, you know, that game's going to probably determine.
Well, we're waiting to see who's going to join Vicious and San Antonio X Factor as the teams that are going to be playing it out to see who's going to be advancing to the champion division and who's going to go to the challengers division, as we're bulking out the pro division to 20 teams, and we're going to have 2 different pro divisions for the next event starting Mid-Atlantic Open, which is going to be held actually Cinco de Mayo weekend, and it's going to be at OXCC Chesapeake City. Man, that paintball park out there is just astounding. Totally stoked that we're going there, and that's going to be a good tournament for sure. And the third event's going to be held at CPX. So go to PSPevents.com. There's tons of affiliate leagues worldwide where you can get in the fight, get your team in there. All levels can play. So, you know, we got a lot awesome games coming at you. I really want to see this Ironman Crew game, because, you know, Crew now, they're from a snow-locked state. You know, they don't get a lot of options to practice outdoors during the winter. So they're coming in here, beautiful weather. They've had a couple games, to get it together, and they're going to play a really strong Ironman team. Big test for the 187 Crew against an Ironman team that's playing really well. So it looks like we have Lauren with one of the TonTons. Lauren, what's going on down there?
I am down here on the sidelines with Carl Samuelson from the TonTons. Carl, tell us about a few of those points. There were some close matches, but you guys always seem to close them out.
Yeah, we really tried to play some smart paintball today, tighten up the game, because last night when we were playing, we were running down the fields like crazy all the time. As Steven said, chicken with cut off heads. But we really tried to just keep it tight this morning.
So you're keeping it a little bit more disciplined. Is that how you're going to go in to play Infamous?
Yeah, maybe. We've been watching them. We've seen a lot of games here, and the games are starting to get really, really tight. So I think tight game and try to keep calm.
All right, well, it's going to be a tough one against Infamous, but TonTons are doing good, so we'll have to see what happens. Back to you, Maddie.
I've won everything there is to win. And finally, a cleat that can keep up. So now, it's time to shred.
Rebuilt and rebooted for 2013, the LA Ironmen have loaded up a new program in search of another championship for the legendary franchise. It's been 3.5 years since their last win, and they're hungry to get back to the top of the game. Mike Hinman has replaced Kevin Brethauer as head coach, bringing in his intense mentality and practice regimen. The roster is radically different than the beginning of 2012, acquiring the #1 American player Marcel Margot, who's been promoted to team captain. They lost longtime players Brandon Short and Kyle Spickett to San Diego Dynasty, but picked up a once-dominant Alex Goldman, who wants nothing other than to prove to the world he's still one of the best snake players in paintball. Steven Pitts, who's an experienced, highly underrated gunfighter, and Corey Bornstein, who played last season with Excessive, have also been added to the mix. With all the new weapons and current members, like last year rookie standout Alex Rodriguez and vet Mike Paxton, they are one of the early favorites to win in 2012. During their breakout season of 2012, Upton 187 crew turned heads with their aggressive attack and high level of young talent. They're bringing mostly the same roster back for this season, but with a few twists. Dan Zaleski did damage for 187 as Upton's main attacker in the Snake,